Go back to the National Football League. I'm going to kick this segment off. What are the top NFL games to watch during week 3? And I already alluded to some of these in our opening block today. But I have a little interesting fact about my selection for this week's games. All of these games, Josh, are in the 1 o'clock window. So get
Interesting.
so get strapped, get ready at 1 o'clock Sunday because these games will be fascinating. I have a couple games later that was just missed off my list. But in no particular order here, these are the games. The first one I already talked about, and this one would be probably number one on my list if I had the order. Chargers, Vikings, 2-2 teams with two very good offenses, two bad coaches, and two pretty bad defenses, and two playoff teams from last year. The loser is probably out. The pressure is more on the Chargers and their coaching situation than Minnesota, not only because of the division they're both in, but because of the fact that the Chargers have the worst head coaching hire besides Freddie Kitchens and Nathaniel Hackett in the last decade. Next game, we talked about Seattle at Detroit last week. A very similar situation here. Atlanta, which I picked Green Bay in the money line, and I had it for about 50 minutes. Then Green Bay chokes in the fourth quarter. Atlanta goes to 2-0. Desmond Ritter still does not look great. Arthur Smith needs to use Bijan Robinson even more than what he has been. I ate the timeshare with Algier. Bijan Robinson's only going to have a 3-year window. Might as well let him run. Very interesting to see how Atlanta plays against Detroit because their defense hasn't been too hot either. Can the Lions get back on track? Next game, the Saints have not looked very good. They're 2-0, but they may be the worst 2-0 team in the NFL. People say all the time that my team doesn't look very good, but New Orleans could barely beat Carolina last night on Monday Night Football. They go to Green Bay in Jordan Love's home opener. Can Jordan Love bounce back and get Green Bay to 2-1? Denver, who's been a disaster. 2 home games. They can't move the ball in the second half. Russell Wilson looks completely washed. They take on Miami down in that hot sun in Florida in the Dolphins home opener. 2-0 on the road. Can they exploit those big plays in the secondary? Get Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle involved. Also, big game for Denver. If they start to slide, we know Sean Payton spent a king's ransom on backup quarterback Nick Mullins. I think it was like $7 million or something like that. Does he get a shot at midseason if Denver continues to struggle? And the last game, this one you people may find a little bit interesting, but I think we could have an upset potential brewing here. The 1-1 Bills, they're going to Washington. They're taking on the 2-0 Commanders. And that Commander defensive front with Chase Young, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, it's right up there with the Jets and the Eagles for the best in football.
What about
Buffalo,
Montez Sweat?
Montez Sweat as well. Buffalo does not have a great offensive line. And so, if Washington can get the pressure out after Buffalo, this could be a very interesting game. Sam Howell has yet to lose a start in the National Football League at home. Does he go to 4-0 in his NFL career? Of course, he started week 18 last year against Dallas. So those are my 5 big games this week. Chargers, Vikings, Falcons, Lions, Saints, Packers, Broncos, Dolphins, Bills, Commanders, all in the 1 o'clock window.
So we almost fully agree on this list because I
Wow.
agree with you about Bills Commanders. I agree with you about Saints Packers, and I agree with you about Falcons Lions. However, Broncos Dolphins, meh. Chargers Vikings, meh. Instead, I am looking at your team going on the road on Monday Night Football.
Here come all the Baker fanboys out here.
Your Philadelphia Eagles go to Raymond James Stadium to take on probably the most surprising 2-0 team in the NFL, Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You've got the defending NFC champions coming into your house, Baker Mayfield. Let's see you go out there and do it. Okay, so I've got that game. And then Titans at the Browns. I'm going with this game because how do the Browns look offensively? I get it. You say the Browns' offense isn't going to change that much. But let's see what happens. They could sign Kareem Hunt before the end of the show. They would need to do it in the next 10 minutes, though. But what do the Browns look like offensively without Nick Chubb? Do they become more reliant on Deshaun Watson? And Tennessee, let's say Ryan Tannehill struggles again because he has not played very well this season so far. The Titans are lucky to be 1-1 because maybe they should be 0-2 if the Chargers hadn't, chargered. But is there a chance Will Levis comes into this game? I think there is.
I think there's a better chance Malik Willis comes into this game. I think that they need more mobility. I think Dano's a dinosaur. I disagree with you on this being a top game. I think this is a snooze fest. Personally, the Browns should kill. The Browns should what? I don't understand Tennessee. I don't get it. They're not explosive. It's why the Charger game makes me even more mad thinking about it. Tennessee is a dinosaur quarterback. Derrick Henry has not ran the football well at all this year. They don't have a great offensive line. They're not creative offensively. Their run defense is good. Their pass defense is atrocious. So the Browns are a better talented team. They should go in there. They should whip Tennessee up front. They should win the game.
Okay. And then what about this Sunday night football game in Las Vegas?
Steelers, Raiders. It's a meh game for me. It's an interesting game, but it's sort of a meh game for me because I don't think Kenny Pickett is great with Matt Canada. Jimmy Garoppolo's played okay. It's more of a stay away game for me on the betting side. I think Chargers Vikings is going to be the best game of the weekend. I think it's a shootout. I think it's 45-42. I think it's who has the ball last. I think there's pressure on both teams. That is a huge, huge game, in my opinion.
The Cowboys, they're going to kill the Cardinals.
They're going to kill Arizona. That's not even worth talking about. I mean, can Arizona cover? Maybe. I think the line's like 13 or something, 12 and a half.
Dallas minus 12.
So, yeah, I mean, could Arizona cover? Maybe. Are they going to make Josh Jacobs turn into Zach Wilson? Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird schedule this year. Like, I don't know. For this week, I mean, Bears, Chiefs at 425. I think we all anticipated the Bears to be better. I'm trying to get rid of DJ Moore in my fantasy football league. No one will take him. I'm not high on Chicago. I thought that offense, DJ Moore, would be explosive. And again, it goes back to Justin Fields has a defensive coach. And I don't know what it is about defensive coaches. They just cannot get the quarterback comfortable.
Yeah. Colts, Ravens, no.
It's interesting to me if Anthony Richardson plays. I think that's a sneaky game if Richardson plays.
There's no way he's going to play, though, because he suffered a freaking concussion.
You can recover from concussions quickly now. I've seen guys go out on Sunday and play the next Sunday. If it was Monday to Thursday, no. Or Sunday to Thursday, no. But we've seen guys go Sunday to Sunday and play. It's not unprecedented.
If I'm the Colts, I do not play Anthony Richardson on Sunday.
Well, you're being conservative. Like I told you, if the doctor says you're clear, yeah, you're playing.
If I'm the Colts, no, I do not do it. He's your franchise quarterback. You drafted him number 3 overall.
Number 4.
Oh, number 4 overall. I don't do it. No way.
So what? I mean, you're just going to try Gardner Minshew out there and say, kid, you know what? We know you had a concussion. Even though you're clear, we're going to sit you?
Yeah, make sure he's healthy.
If he's healthy, he's going to play. If he's clear, that means he's healthy.
If he's healthy, okay. But
what message does that send to a young football team that's trying to win games? Oh, by the way, guys, our quarterback's healthy, but just because he had an injury, we're not going to play him.
Ay. You really want to risk it?
It's the risk
Look
you
at
take playing
Tua.
football. It's the same thing with Tua. If Tua was healthy last year, I'm playing him. And just by the way, that's what Miami did. He was healthy. They're playing him.
He should not have played in that Cincinnati game after what happened in that Buffalo game. No.
Yeah, Monday to Thursday is a quick turnaround, and then
No, that was a Sunday game against Buffalo.
Sunday to Thursday was a quick turnaround. But we've seen guys be just fine going Sunday to Sunday. So
the NFL needs to get rid of Thursday night football. I will not stop saying that.